Greetings and welcome to the 17th episode of Retro Rant. And again, we will be taking a look at a modern game released on a retro computer, L'Abbaye de Morts, originally released in 2010 by Locamalito for Windows and in 2019 ported to the C64 by Double Sided Games. Here I will be betraying the Amstrad CPC just a little bit, as I will be reviewing the latter C64 version. I have to confess that back in the day I have never even seen a C64 in action, but since the miracle of emulation, I must admit I am quite a fan of the 64 and the gaming experience it can provide. So let's get this game started! You control this monk who is chased around by a mob of angry crusaders, maybe because he was jumping around happily left and right all the time, thus ruining the floor of his monastery, or maybe because of some religious reason. You take refuge in an abandoned church, which has a dark secret. And your quest is to uncover this secret by gathering 12 crosses, while gathering hints by various scrolls spread all over the place. This monk seems to be very energetic, jumping left and right all the time, which I don't think is a very accurate representation of the Western monastic orders of the Middle Ages. Also, this guy must have used some super glue to attach his robes to his body, because they conveniently don't flow around, catching on trees, ledges, and so on. Instantly, you will notice that the graphics are quite underwhelming. I have been more impressed with C64 games from 1985 than this. Apart from the main sprite and maybe one or two others, the rest are monochromatic. The hero animates well, but the animation of the rest of the sprites is simply non-existent. The bodies seem to move in a fixed pattern, as we all know that bats and rats move only from left to right and spiders only up and down. The backgrounds are mostly minimalistically left black. I saw a video of the Windows original and it looks like a 1983 Spectrum game, which is not a bad thing. Okay, I get it that the game tries to capture an of an era Jet Set Willy style of graphics, but I think the C64 could have done a lot better while maintaining the same style. At least there is some variation from screen to screen. The sound is quite nice and the music that plays is very suitable and atmospheric. The sound effects are arcadey and innocuous, but nothing special. But where the game truly shines is in the gameplay department. The playability is here in spades. Unlike its predecessor, Jet Set Willy, where the game is simply ridiculously impossible with a gazillion glasses to gather, here we have to collect only 12 crosses. The controls are near perfect, although I sometimes had the fire button not registering when I was in the edge of a platform, and I tried this game on two different systems with both joystick and keyboard. But this is quite rare, and you will find that the game is very responsive and smooth, a real joy to play. The screens are very well designed, although there are a couple of places where I thought that the developers could have done some better decisions. Beware of the lethal water drops, because as we all know, dripping water in our heads can be fatal. The various scrolls around the place provide hints with which to solve the various puzzles in the game, And there are lots of extra lives available, which are always handy. There are a couple of bosses in Abbaye, which make for some nice variation in the gameplay. The problem is that the game is very short, and it can be completed in less than 10 minutes if you know what you're doing. There is, of course, some tedious backtracking involved, but I'm sure that you can suppress it to a minimum by optimizing your route in collecting the crosses. I also didn't like the checkpoint system much, since this is not a linear game, so just respawning on the same screen would have made more sense and overall been a better design decision, in my opinion. Overall, is this game worth tracking down? Absolutely, if you can overlook the lackluster visuals, it is a pure joy to play, and I would choose this any day over Jet Set Willy and the likes. It is an excellent addition to any C64 gaming collection, and I am looking forward to a CPC port someday. So that's it for now, and I'll see you next time!